Have you ever wanted to be unleashed? Do you walk around and see all these heroes and think to yourself, wow, what would happen if I just cut loose? Well, look no further. Today, you've stumbled upon the video that will teach you how to unmuzzle and become the ultimate Wolverine. Restraining Order Wolverine. So the general game plan of Restraining Order Wolverine is the same as any form: backline, diver, and disruptor. Find a flank and focus the squishies. Either force them to die or give up their usefulness in their role. For DPS, it'll be the pressure on your front line, and for healers, it'll be the healing on theirs. Where Wolvie differs is his escape is also a kidnap. So on your way out, you can pop your damage mitigation and get saved by your passive, and take whoever is between you and your team into your team. That's where we get the name from. When played correctly, the enemy team should file 6 restraining orders against you. With any luck, the backline you just finished diving are still recovering or out of position, granting your team the space it needs to capitalize on your kidnap victim and push the 5v6. Granted, we aren't always so lucky, so moving forward, I'll show some gameplay examples. Okay, so here we are with some gameplay footage. This is Shin-Shibuya, I believe the map is called. I love this little ledge before the first point when playing as Wolverine. You can kind of watch the flank as well as the main entrance over here on the left. Anyways, the game starts off as normal. The tanks approach. I hear Penny coming up. It's helpful that your team shoots out that wall, but sometimes it doesn't happen. You can just play off sound. Here that the Magneto steps up, kidnapped into team. Obviously, tackling a tank into the team this early, especially through a funnel, probably not going to kill him, but, you know, you pop a couple spells, and hopefully that's helpful. There, he pops Bubble. Here, I catch the Spidey flank coming off from base. He already died once. Boom, tackled into enemy team, kidnapped, or into my team. For him, it's the enemy team. He gets away with one because he's Spider-Man, but, you know, anybody else, if that was like BP or something, you'd probably one-shot him. Anyways, so that was fail, but, you know, you go back up on the ledge. Here we skip a little bit forward. I see the rocket, get some chip damage. You always want to harass the supports whenever you can. This Penny is not paying attention, so I commit to the kidnap, even though she's pretty far back. Chunk him. Here I get ult, and I immediately jump on the backline. I hit my head on the little ledge there, so that kind of fails, but I would have one-shot the rocket there, along with the Penny. You always want to ult whenever you have it, especially if you see the backline. Here I kidnap Magneto around the corner. Back up, heal, go right back in. This is standard Wolverine gameplay. You just want to pivot from back of their team to back of your team for your healing. Here, I kind of back off to see what they do. They're not leaving this corner, so I jump in. This backline magic kills me there, but that's fine. So skipping forward, I jump right back into the fray, right? This is me coming back from spawn immediately. Get right back into the action. Kill Penny in her ult, which is kind of sick. So support ults are kind of busted. Just ignore them. See, here I get ult again from dicing up that Penny. I'm just stalling for that Luna ult to go away. The Jeff ult's there, so I just back up. But here we get another Restraining Order Wolverine. If you see the enemy supports, just ult, just press Q. I know we wiped a bunch of them, so here I am swinging around back. Their base is literally right next to me. Like, I'm right next to their spawn. I know what Magic's going for, so I cut her off at the heal. Restraining Order Wolverine. Classic Restraining Order Wolverine. You always just want to be flanking, tackling their squishies. Skipping forward a little bit more, there's a minute left. I hear Luna coming up. Once again, I know she's going for the health pack. Cut her off. Eat her fucking health pack. Take their fucking snacks. That's rule number 1 as Restraining Order Wolverine. If you're going to be in their backline, eat all their health packs. It doesn't matter if you're 1 HP down and your healers are looking for you, eat their health pack. Tackle Sue. Cut her up. Restraining Order. Anyway, so that was one game. Here's another game. This is on the Hydra base. I like waiting for this gate to open. Because most people don't bother waiting for that gate to open, so if you're just a little bit more patient, you get this kind of crazy flank angle on their team. Here, I commit to their backline, tackle Invisible Woman. With any luck, your team snaps with you, right? Like, commits to the catch. Anyway, Restraining Ordered. Same game. This is the second point. Obviously, we won the first one. But yeah, you don't have to always commit to the supports. If the supports are playing slow, this is the second point. You can always commit to their tanks. Here I kidnap Magneto. Dunk him in the... Dunk him off the map, into the lava. one more match for you. This is the Wakanda map where you're supposed to take that Basque statue all the way to point. This is a pretty tough spot, especially if they have flyers. But even without flyers, right? Like, they hug this angle, and it's kind of hard to push them in. But, you know, just being Wolverine in a matchup with two tanks, they have Magneto and Groot. Groot's kind of a weird pick, right? So, like, he can't really do anything if you jump on him, but if his team's with him, he walls you off there, and he's just super annoying. The amount of times I've died to a Groot wall, just happening to be there, preventing me from backing up or, you know, moving about. But it's okay. One of the Wolverine's greatest assets is that he gets back into the fray so quickly. Here we catch BP on the flank as soon as we spawn. Once again, like, it's okay. If you're going in, you're DPSing their front line, and then you die, you just immediately die. It's fine. So long as you're trading 1-for-1. You don't want to be constantly feeding them ult charges. But if you're taking 1-for-1, it's totally worth it, because it takes them a little bit to get back to point. Meanwhile, Wolverine never does, especially on offense. You have your right click, and you have your Pharaoh Leap. I personally don't use Pharaoh Leap if we haven't taken the first point yet, because it is a bit of a long cooldown, and you never know. Here I go for the flank, but my team's already made substantial progress with the VP being down from our backline. We're kind of able to push them back. Here's Storm ults to try to save the point, but her entire team is dead, so she just leaves in her ult, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so far this game's not nothing crazy, but I wanted to share this game specifically because we do have a bit of a rough start, and Restraining Order Wolverine doesn't always work, especially on these attack maps, right, when you're on Assault. Once again, crazy support ult. Literally just cancels you from playing for a minute. It's fine. I don't know what happened there. That Groot ult kind of didn't hit me. I try to kidnap someone out of the Luna ult here. It doesn't work, but it's fine. I'm generating ulti. Boom. One-shot their support. Always aim for the supports. That's what makes Restraining Order Wolverine Restraining Order Wolverine. If you really need to generate ult, go ahead. Turn on the tanks. You know, never forget. You are feral. You are unleashed. Unmuzzled. Just jump onto the back. Every chance you get. Once again, you die, but so long as you take one with you, especially if it's support, it's always worth it. Here I tackle Storm out of the air. Just because I can. Really. Once again, 1-for-1. I kind of really didn't have to do that, but I was kind of feeling myself after generating this much momentum. Obviously, my team's kind of playing out of their minds, but you just don't want to let it get to you. Here, I think I'm going to open my scoreboard. I think, if I open my scoreboard here. Maybe it's the next death. But I'm not doing extremely hot. I've essentially just been trading 1-for-1. So I see their support. Moon Knight is a bit of a tough pick because he just throws his shit down and then he just, like, spams it. But here I'm just generating ulti, really. I tackle Magneto, hoping to get him into my team, but their cloak ults him, or not ults him to safety, eats him to safety, and I just straight end up dying. My team backed up around the corner, so it's fine. I think here I pull up my score. I'm like 6-5 or something like that. 5-6? 6-5. I'm not doing too hot. But it's okay. Like I said, you get onto the point so fast as Wolverine, and you just need one good assault. Like, one good catch. You just play him like the adamantium bullet he is. Just... Here, this is really funny. For some reason, they pop... I think they pop 2 or 3 ults. Here we hear the Storm ult again, and they just full commit to wiping my team. So I get a back cap, and I push to point. And this is the part where they start losing momentum. They can't hold this at all. I jump to their front line simply because I know their supports have left them. I try not to ult tanks, but there I wasn't doing well, so I'm kind of padding KD, and I know my team's spawning, so I can use that ult kind of without punishment. Here, this cloak loses his mind. They just immediately start ulting. As soon as I backed him into that corner there, like, all my skills were down. I don't know what he was doing. He tried to solo save the point, even though our spawn is literally right there now. I don't know what that was. It's a mind game. It's a mind game. You want to play Disruption as Restraining Order Wolverine. You know, with the E damage mitigation, look how long I'm staying alive. With the Ultron bot. Granted, their aim sucks, but, you know, here I get ult again, and I know they're funneled. Boom. Into their team. My team peeks the Moon Knight, takes him out with me. Really good team. So that's about all I have for this video. I will say, Restraining Order Wolverine is a bit tougher to play depending on team comp, but with the new Phoenix team up, or just one pocket heal, things like Luna Snowflake, Ultron Bot, you can create so much space for your team just being an absolute menace. This is all the while avoiding the usual one-trick pony allegations. My style of gameplay is very geared towards disruption, but by pure chance I took to Wolvie and didn't turn into the usual Spidey or BP OTP. So while this video was heavily inspired by Ragebait Spider-Man, I want to share a bit on how I play my favorite hero. Throw my hat into the ring, so to speak. Lastly, I want to thank everyone for watching, especially this far into the video. I stream on Twitch regularly, as of now, so if you want to pick my brain any more than what I showed here, feel free to drop a follow. Oh, and Netties, drop the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine skin.